Hey, Crossroads of Magic here. I wanted to talk to you about my spiritual awakening. My spiritual awakening happened in 2013, about 3 years ago. It happened shortly after I had an intense gastritis attack that affected my abdomen. The inflammation in my stomach was absolutely nothing I had experienced in my entire life. I actually ended up in the hospital. Um, and at that point, I didn't know what was going on with me. And I literally was like at my wits' end. I just didn't know what to do. And at that point in time, I didn't really have a lot of support or many people I could go to talk about my illness. And when I was in the hospital bed, I literally prayed. And before that point in time, I didn't really have any faith. I didn't follow any certain religion. But when I started to pray, I felt a very comforting feeling around me, almost as if someone was hugging me. And from that experience, I knew that we are beyond our physical experience, that we can, if we want to, communicate with the higher realms, with God, with angels, even loved ones on the other side. And so from my experience of getting sick, it literally was like a gateway, like an opening for me to really explore myself and my higher self. And so from that experience, I started to become attracted to rocks and crystals. Specifically, red jasper helped a lot when it came to the severe inflammation in my stomach. And I would research gridding online, crystal grids, and I surrounded myself with 8 pieces of red jasper just like all over my auric field, and it would draw out a lot of the inflammation. So throughout that year, I started to also teach myself tarot. When I was in the hospital, I felt guided, divinely guided. I mean, I seriously don't know what else or why else I would open up a tarot deck. I just really felt this pull to. And my parents at this point in time, they passed away when I was younger. So when I had the gastritis attack, they were on the other side, and little did I know how close they were to me. And through the experience, I got closer and closer to them, and I literally felt their presence all the time. I would just connect to them a lot easier. It might have been because I wasn't really eating a lot at that time. Sometimes, forgetting the word, detoxifying your body is extremely important, I feel like, when connecting. It's easier to to connect through the veil. That way, you don't have to. A lot of people connect through the veil eating whatever, honestly. But anyways, so through that experience, I started to connect to them more. I started to work with tarot and meditate with the tarot every single day. And through my experience, when I was 23 in 2013, I just noticed a lot of synchronicity in my life and serendipity that was absolutely unexplainable, but perfect for me because it was in alignment and showing me what I was supposed to do with my life. And in one profound experience for me working with the tarot that year was that the tarot told me I would get a dog. And I absolutely believed it because I wanted a dog. I really, really wanted a dog. And shortly thereafter, I started looking at rescues in the nearby area in Arlington, Virginia. And I rescued my pug Nani. And then I started to take Reiki classes and learn more about the chakras. And before the Reiki class, this is just something really important to say. You're a healer before you take a Reiki class. You're always a healer with or without the Reiki. You don't need energy healing to be a healer. But the Reiki and learning more about the Reiki from my Reiki master just helped me so much more. It just helped me to further ground myself, to explore more about myself, and also to have a guide in life to really just help me when I get stuck. I get stuck too, just like everyone else. And there's a lot more to my story. I'm trying to think. But if anyone has any questions or wants to know more about me and my awakening, feel free to comment below or privately message me, and I would be happy to talk to you about it. And I am clairvoyant, I am clairaudient, I'm clairsentient, and I do practice mediumship as well. I don't know if I have a favorite tool, but I would say that I would be lost without Reiki and meditation in my life. And I wish everyone a happy Mabon and autumnal equinox. I know it's a day late, but better late than never. And everyone have a wonderful week and weekend. Love you all.